All right, check. Check 1 2. Yeah, it's showing we have volume now. I know. Let me know now. Give me a thumbs up. There we go.
We got you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Damn, that was weird as hell. I think it's something to do with the settings because from my side, I see all the levels moving. So I assume that it works because we've never had problems with that. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's start over. Hey, what's up, everyone? AJ Writes Crypto here. Thanks for joining us today, Monday, March 24th. As you can see, my sunburn here, pretty gnarly. It's pretty gnarly. We went to the race this weekend in Birmingham, Alabama. Really good time at the track. The Triple Crown race. Chase Sexton, super consistent in the 450 class. Nate Thrasher, first win of the season in the 250 class. Yeah, it was a really good time at the track. I thought, so normally we sit up high, but when I got the tickets, I didn't realize I bought us front row. But that time, front row worked out really well because normally you can't see everything if you're that far low. And it was a really good time. I just want to be at the track, to be honest with you guys. You know what I mean? That's like what I like. That's what I grew up doing. So anytime I'm there, it's kind of just it's a good reset to be like, okay, this is what I love. And yeah, Hayden Deegan got arrested for street racing. That was a lot of stories. Supercross win that bike giveaway. This is something we're talking about. I am sponsoring the Tampa Pro skateboard competition, giving some money away to the audience, to the skaters, and you guys will be able to get in on that giveaway as well. And we are kind of talking about doing that, doing maybe sponsoring motocross series or certain races, or maybe like the entire thing. We're still working on some details. I got a pretty interesting meeting today for lunch, so I'll fill you guys on that once we know more. And yeah, things are progressing well. It's pretty awesome. Hey, but before we get going here, we have the homie in the house, J Chains. How was your weekend, bro?
Yo, it was good, man. It was fun. Friday night had a little dirty boxing, so got to watch that, and then just did some stuff with the fam over the weekend, man. There ain't nothing better than enjoying a weekend with your loved ones, with your family. And so it was great, man. I'm glad you guys had a great time in Alabama. We got a lot of stuff done around the house, so it was good, man. It was good to just like disconnect for a couple days and
totally.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I'm totally.
But it's Monday, so we're back at it.
Yeah,
let's get it.
Crypto said, "Hey, don't forget about me."
Darn
Let's
right.
wake the hell up, everybody.
Thank goodness, man.
Yeah, it's I had a bunch of alarms go off. If you're in Telegram group, I'm looking at you. A bunch of alarms went off. Early this morning, late last night, kind of things flipping around a little bit. Hopefully this isn't just another leg before the next low. I don't, I have a take, and we will certainly get that banging that Q1 close. Desert Crypto, that kind of feels like the vibe a little bit here. Especially when a lot of altcoins. For instance, I will quickly show you. Quickly show you Ando. Okay, this is one we have talked about so many times in the group and even on members only on Friday. And if you kind of look at this range here,
this thing spent 2 weeks in like an 8% range or something.
So if you kind of ignore this big dip down here and kind of just look at this back and forth range at face value, we're talking, multiple ups, multiple downs, just boring range. We're talking, about 11% for like the body of the range. Over 2 weeks. Basically 2 weeks on the nose. And we were also kind of had a little theory. We kind of all right, like for the normally we don't care about the range, we care about the break, but we did kind of talk about a sort of scalp technique where you can kind of catch these downtrends, some of them sharper than others, as you see. And right here, same concept worked out on Ando. Right as it broke above, you connect these two here, and right as it got above that, it got above the 50 EMA. And for the scalpers, that was go time. All right, and that was Sunday night. Very early Sunday morning. Top to bottom, about 10.5% trade, not bad. So certainly that concept that we hammered a lot last week has played out. But now we are certainly at that point where we are approaching no man's land in terms of the volume profile. And you can see this yellow level support resistance. If we zoom out, it had a lot, even this wick all the way back here, perfectly bounced off of that support resistance. So what am I getting at here is that, you know, this is certainly going to be reflected upon as the value area low. And then hopefully we can, this big, let me kind of zoom out big time here, go to the daily. I know this is very messy, and I apologize for that. We are also looking at Fibonacci as well. We're still under the 618, but this big yellow downtrend, that's what really matters here. And even look at market cipher. Look at market cipher here. Oops, did not mean to do that.
Oh baby. Oh baby. Anchor wave, trigger wave.
That's the one. That's what you're looking for.
Everything's pointing up too, dude. Everything's pointing up too.
The RSIs are hooking around, kind of pushing up right now on the daily, even kind of scrunched in like this, kind of got point of control, a little bit up the hill here, you know, 50% to $1.35 for, you know, point of control. And, you know, I'm keeping it. So when we zoom back in on, you know, say like a 2-hour setup, or even like back to our 23-minute setup on Ando, I know it's very messy, but let me just kind of make my point here and continue. We are still, you know, kind of below this massive downtrend. And that's really what we're waiting on. Yes, you can catch trades in between here. If you know, the scalpers who are very closely paying attention, very closely setting these alarms. It is interesting how we were rejected at perfect floor ceiling resistance. But I have another chart I have my eyes on that I think is going to be a big determining factor on if we're going to reject and spend the week bleeding. You know, the Sunday night volatility has been a common thing. And then we kind of spend the rest of the week fighting. That wouldn't surprise me if this was the case again. But really, it has everything to do with kind of getting up to these confirmation levels and breaking out of these downtrends, which has been the case across the board. So what am I looking at to help me, to drive me through this? Looking at the S&P 500. I'm looking at the stock market. You know, we are looking at a daily chart right here. Of course, you had this big green dot, big push down on the momentum wave. We're coming back up on the RSI, coming up in the VWAP, up in the momentum oscillator. And as you can see all the way down here, I mean, this right here is the beginning of 2024. And none of the other big pushes down on the momentum oscillator have come down as far as this one. All right. And that's really important with the momentum oscillator, because once it kind of gets past these two little dots, or these dotted lines right here and the thick line under that, that's how you know how far back the slingshot is pulling. So when you see a really deep momentum oscillator push like that, with the green dot, and then everything starts to flip around that same time, that is kind of what you're looking for. I mean, even if you stock market trader looked at market cipher, is looking at market cipher and went off the candle of the green dot and went long, you'd be up 3.5% in 11 days just off that idea alone. All right. So, and this has been the MO here with the stock market, kind of getting rid of the oscillator. Now we kind of have these moves down, and we push up, and we move down, we push up, we move down, we push up, we move down, all-time high every time. And there's a lot to learn from this setup, all right? Because we have never, the next low has never gone under the previous low, not once. And that has remained true here. We stayed above this low there, all right? And the only difference between all the other quick dips and recovers to this quick dip that is now recovering, well, really, this one here, I was going to say this just tested the 50. This just tested the 50. This just tested the 50. Not the only one that has gone below the 200 EMA has been that one, all the way back here, October of 2023. The S&P 500 has been above the 200 EMA this entire time for well into 2025 now. And now, this has been a retest of the 200. Like I said, this can support resistance conditional range was very important, considering if we lost 5,510, that would be probably a complete break of structure, especially if we tested that low. All right. But we did break up and are breaking above previous support resistance. And if the stock market continues, we get above the 50, we fight for another high, especially don't double top there and continue to, higher highs again. we can expect crypto to do more of the same. So the fact that we did break above support resistance here, we have not gone below the previous low. This is looking optimistic for the stock market. This is, extremely this is what you want to see. All right.
That's good.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Tell your stonk buddies.
Stonks. But quick little room reset here. Got over 130 people in the house here on YouTube. Guys, thanks for being here. We do appreciate it. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter as well. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the things. So we got a handful of news stories I want to get through. But first.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Oh,
I already know what you're looking into.
Check?
Apes check.
Not
let's
yet.
do it. Oh,
not
God,
yet.
man.
Not yet. Whoa, it's too early for the ape check. The ape check's like the halfway point.
Okay, all right.
I want to look at them too. That cheetah skin. Whew. Someone keeps saying rate my portfolio. I don't know. Wait, I don't see a portfolio, and it's Monday. I do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll do it tomorrow, wherever it is. Also, I want to say that this week, in terms of this live stream, we're doing today. We're doing tomorrow. And that's it.
That's it.
All right. I will try to find time for a members only. If not, it'll be early next week. Of course, don't worry, Telegram group. I won't leave you hanging. But we did just go through a lot of setups on Friday that are all kind of playing themselves out now. So I'm certainly kind of keeping more of an eye on that. So we can work to that. Xrp'S, I don't know, where is your portfolio? Did you DM it or what? I don't understand where it is.
Send it.
Quickly, I do want to say that I have an open giveaway here on Twitter, pinned to the top of my page. This is kind of a live test to see what platform we're going to use for the VeChain Tesla 3 model giveaway next month. We are giving away a damn Tesla next month. I'm meeting with Sunny Liu on Thursday in DC to talk about all those things, which should be pretty cool. So if there are, want a chance to get in on this $1,000 crypto giveaway, go to the pinned tweet at the top of my Twitter, follow the directions, and get yourself involved in that giveaway.
Love that.
Hell to the yeah.
That's right.
All right, so let me check the chat here again. My screen went dark.
Let's see. We got chats. The chat is yucking it up today. Shout out to everybody. GM. He said it's in your X inbox.
Okay. All right. I'll screenshot it and do that tomorrow. All right. So couple things. There's not too much news today at all, but there is some Elon news, which is interesting. The SEC acting chair voted against suing Elon Musk over Twitter stock disclosure. Mark Ueda reportedly voted against suing Elon over his alleged failure to disclose Twitter stock ownership. They say that same sentence 3 times in different ways. And then they say, citing anonymous sources, reported on March 24th that the SEC's 5 commissioners conducted a vote on whether or not to sue Musk or not before the agency filed its lawsuit against the billionaire. 4 commissioners voted in favor, while the lone dissent came from Mark Ueda, who was appointed acting chair by Donald Trump. Hester Pierce voted along with the other 3 commissioners to sue Musk. Ueda and Pierce are known for their dissenting opinions to the SEC's enforcement actions against the crypto industry. Remember, Hester was kind of like Gary's enemy. So this is interesting. Mm-hmm. This is very interesting. So the SEC filed a lawsuit on January 14th alleging that Musk failed to disclose his purchase of Twitter shares within the required 10-day window after surpassing the 5% ownership threshold. The agency said that Musk delayed the disclosure by 11 days, allowing him to continue to acquire shares at lower prices, ultimately saving an estimated $150 million. Okay. So let's continue the story here. So Musk's lawyer, Alex Bro, previously told Cointelegraph that the SEC's action is an admission that cannot bring an actual case. Meanwhile, Musk described the SEC as a totally broken organization, saying that so many crimes go unpunished, which is so true.
100% factual.
Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, don't get me started. This is certainly the pot calling the kettle black.
Well, if you're not an insider, that's how you get called out.
Exactly. But let's be honest here. With everything happening with DOGE, probably stepped on some toes.
Of course,
this has everything to do. This is a clapback for that. That's how I view this. It's pretty obvious. Around a month after the lawsuit was filed, the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, a U.S. government agency led by Musk, set its sights on the SEC on February 17th. A page affiliated with DOGE called the public to disclose any waste, fraud, and abuse related to the SEC. Musk also shared the post to over 200 million followers on X. So, no, you did it. No, you did it. No, you did this. Fault. No, you did this. And that's what's happening here. And honestly, I don't think this really matters. I mean, Elon Musk.
He's so well connected with Trump. Like,
dude, what are you going to do to the guy? What are you going to do to the guy? You know what I mean? And you really think that, oh, sorry. So you think, billionaires aren't looking for loopholes? Billionaires aren't trying to make moves? Like, it's not, this isn't like a surprise to anybody. Like this, like, how do you, like the rich, this is how the rich stay rich, guys. Like, this isn't.
Think about it like, and I don't think, was it Walt Disney got in trouble for any of this, but Walt Disney was buying property for Disney World in Florida under fake names so that he could get it for cheaper prices, right? I know that this is like 100 years ago, but it's like the same thing, and he never got prosecuted for it. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Elon, so I'm certainly biased here, to be completely honest with you. One more story. Elon's DOGE still wants to force Social Security to cut staff and to close field offices. Dude, those old people, bro.
Close them.
Fuck them. Oh, just kidding.
I mean, all the offices and the waste, yeah. I mean, as long as the old people get their money. Yeah. Make it, I mean, just give them crypto. We don't need offices and all sorts of processes with smart contracts.
I mean, yeah. It's like, I feel like as long as people receive their Social Security.
Could you imagine if all of a sudden they're like, okay, starting April 1st, effective immediately, where all Social Security benefits are going to be paid out in cryptocurrency? All the old people would be like, what?
Oh, they wouldn't know what to do, bro. They wouldn't know what to do. They'd have to watch all the tutorial videos about how to set up wallets and seed phrases and all that. But no, I mean, this is one of those things, honestly, guys. Like, why is this not automated?
Serious.
Like, why is this not automated? Like, come on.
Well, because computer systems that our government works on, I think, are still on like the DOS
on purpose to protect these cozy jobs, just eating taxpayer money. Yeah. I do feel that, although, I mean, DOGE pushes deeper cuts, field offices shut down, and staff lay off. I mean, this is going to be across the board because people have just been kind of drinking the milkshake of the taxpayer for forever. And I like I know it's hurting some people, and some people have enjoyed their cozy 6-figure jobs doing next to nothing for a while, and that's great, but I'm over that. As
a taxpayer, we have to be. We're fed up.
Yep. I mean, and I understand. I mean, I do see the argument. I mean, do I think anyone defacing Teslas is in their right mind? Like, as if hurting your neighbor's car does anything to change anything? That kind of shit. Someone tries to mess up my Tesla, they're getting shot. It's that simple. But it's also, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a lot at once, and people are like, "Oh, like he wasn't elected," and I hear them on that, but
they're doing a really good job of helping Americans save a lot of money.
Yes,
and a lot of waste. So let them cook, man. That's what I say.
Right. Mike Lowry in the chat, like, right? Are you going to burn down SpaceX next? What? Right. Like you guys aren't going to use the tunnels he builds for the California traffic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you guys not going to, like, he has so many businesses, so many things. And it's just like, are you really going to, I don't know.
I just love how, people like, it's like, they just don't think of things, right? Like, I'm going to deface, or I'm going to, vandalize this Tesla and post it on X because I hate Elon Musk. Be like, you're a moron because he owns X too.
Right. No, for sure. Quickly. Let's check Bitcoin above 88,000, push him closer to 90. I'm really interested to look at that. We are going to be going through charts 20 to 30 today. We'll start at Hbar. There are a couple. There's a couple I'm going to skip in here that I don't care about, but we will hit the big ones. We are going to continue. We are going through the top 100 and kind of charting everything that seems important. And also quickly, gainers and losers, fresh refresh. I know Render is the leader. Render is still the leader. Came down about 1.5% since I saw it last. Maybe we are hitting local highs. I'll have to look at the charts. Sonic FTM, that was one from the Telegram group we had our eyes on. We did the AVAX chart on the show last week. That one has broken some serious levels. I saw alarms go off for AVAX. Ando, we already talked Ando on the show, and Algorand back above 20 cents. This does not surprise me at all. Why? Well, just the other day on Twitter on March 22nd, so 2 days ago, I pointed out nice little pennant here on Algo. Hopefully it breaks up and out as we head into April. Regardless, think big picture, understand the implications of any Algorand bought under 20 cents from the current price that day at 18.8. It was under 19 cents at the time. It was a 227% pump back to the December high. And in my mind, the December high around 61 cents, those gains are guaranteed. Okay.
Love that.
And sure enough, ladies and gentlemen, here's that pennant. And there's the breakout. Kind of looking at, what matters here. At the time, we were under the 50 EMA. Okay, but any of my charters out there understand that anytime you draw a range like this, for the sake of accuracy, we were on the were we on the 2 hour or the 23-minute when I drew? Oh, I cut it out. Well, I don't. It kind of looks like a 2 hour. Oops, not that.
With how spaced out the days were? Yeah.
Well, no, I think it's a scrunched up 23-minute. Yeah,
okay.
It was like that. But anytime you see something like this, and you got to think to yourself, okay, well, where can I tighten this range? I think the first thing you go to is this, because we were talking about so many charts. We're stuck between a this or this range, right? Algorand was stuck in a 2.7% range for 2 days and 22 hours. So basically 3 days, Algorand ranged in a less than 3% range.
Tight.
There's your sign. And then look right here. A lot of things happen at once. We got above the 50. We broke this level. Rocket ship. What time was this last night? This was late last night. That alarm would have been around 7. Yeah, 8% from that level. Not bad. So you guys got to tell yourself, anytime you see like setups like that, investigate. Go in there. Don't just draw the pennant and stare at it. Think to yourself, what's happening right now? Are we ranging right now? What's the closest support resistance level to the next trade? How can I tighten this range? What can I use to force the chart into a situation where an alarm has to go one way or the other? All right. And I did obviously believe that this was going to happen before April, because the point of intersection of this pennant right here was April 1st. So kind of was all over that one. Another thing I wanted to point out before we get into the rest of the show here is auction. Okay, this is some interesting stuff.
Talk to me, Goose.
So in the members only live stream on Friday, I gave you guys this auction chart. All right, and anytime there's a new altcoin that comes up on Bitunix, obviously if you're not signed up for Bitunix, click the link down below. Follow the trades that we're doing in the Telegram group. All the trades come from Bitunix. See, over in Bitunix, there are always a lot of, if we kind of click on volume here, right here, auction. In terms of heavy order books, heavy liquidity. For like altcoins, you can target large trades, jump in, jump out very quickly. It literally goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, normal, right? And then auction. Why is that? Because these new coins hit the market. And they get this boost of liquidity. I don't know if it's them paying off the market makers. I don't know if it's actual attention and hype, or maybe a combination of both. But regardless, when a new coin like auction hits the market and it has it's underneath XRP in terms of liquidity, and it's outside the top 300. It was at 195 the other day. It has fallen since then. Outside the top 300, that should kind of be your sign, okay?
That it's going to be a good trade.
That there is so much money in that order book, you can't ignore it, okay? So I gave the Telegram group this. I gave the Telegram group this kind of ascending, broadening channel with relevant levels, kind of saying if we turn around, if we break this uptrend and we hit confirmation, there's your short. If we break previous high, there's your long. All right. And this thing went up well into the 50s. For the record, what is auction? What is bounce? Basically, we're talking decentralized auctions. Bounce Finance is the name of the project. It's not a sponsorship or anything. I just thought it'd be interesting to look at what the hell this thing is. Okay. And then, so we have this ascending broadening. On Friday, we talked about how simple of the long that was. Basically, I gave you guys this trade. 24 hours later, from the 4150 alarm, it popped up 25% from that point in time. And then on Friday, I was like, hey, guys, this thing is just going and going and going and going and going. This thing has to come back down to reality. Let's try to figure out, how we can kind of target the next trade here. And what we did was we did a tighter angle within the angle using the Algorand chart, for example. So, right now it's putting in higher lows, right? It's you kind of look at this angle being drawn this way. But right now, if you were to go back and look at this pump here, so we had this uptrend, and you have some uptrend break. You could have caught this short. Uptrend break. You could have caught this short. You get my point. So right now, Algorand would have this uptrend, and it's a very sharp uptrend like this. And if you can catch the break of this, you might be able to catch the short on the next impulse move down. Look at what happened to auction. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Holy Telegram trade. So on Friday, we were here. The high at the time was right here. That was we were sitting at that high. From that point, you could have gone from that alarm for another 24%, up the hill. It could have come back down, it whipsawed down another 12% from that alarm. But this was the point. You see this little blue line here? I'll change the color of it. Do you see? All right, let's make it white. You see this white line here? Let me get rid of the EMAs. All right, a little cleaner. This white line here was not the ascending uptrend from here. Okay, the ascending uptrend is this bottom here, would be this level. We added this alarm, this uptrend, this sharper uptrend here, because this thing was absolutely cooking. When you see something kind of respect a different uptrend, similar to our example with Algorand, yeah, this is the bigger uptrend down here, okay? But this is the current one. That's what we did. We drew this uptrend right here, all right? And sure enough, this thing comes down, hits this alarm the other way, hits the uptrend, which you should have had alarmed. And a lot of times it's safer to go from confirmation than from the trend line. But you still have the trend line alarmed because that is showing you, oh, this trend line is getting broken. Let's look for confirmation. Am I right? So if you were to go from the trend line to confirmation, 47.6, top to bottom, we are talking a 57% short in a day.
Ah, man, 10x, you are crushing
in a day. All right. So not only did we absolutely nail the trades up here, because the long alarm at the time on the way up was at 4150. So 4150. Okay, so here's this alarm right there. Okay. All right. So from 4150, we're talking top to bottom, 63% in a day and 10 hours. Not bad. A day and 12 hours, excuse me. And then we had the stronger uptrend to detect if this thing was to break down. Stronger uptrend goes off. Okay. Stronger uptrend alarm goes off. Confirmation short alarm goes off at 47. Hell, you could have went from 43. Hell, you could have went from the same 41.5. Hell, you could have went from 37. Hell, you could have went from 21. Any of these shorts would have been correct. But the one that matters is this one, because we tightened the uptrend range by adding the more recent uptrend. And that led to so not only did we have a 63% move up, but we had a 57% move down. And you guys had every single one of these alarms in the Telegram group before it happened. AJAlphaGroup@gmail.com. AJAlphaGroup@gmail.com. Send an email. Sign up for the Telegram group. Stop missing trades. This simple. All right. Let's keep the ball rolling. Good stuff. So Hey, Chains.
Yo.
I think it's time, bro.
Oh, finally. I've been sitting over here wondering when it was time.
It's time.
Yes.
I think it's time for our daily Bored Ape check. We just like to look at the floor. We like to just
Floor's up today.
to see what's going on down here. All right. I do want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the things you guys rock. We got about 160 people in the house on YouTube. Thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. So, okay, and let me click the buttons here. I gotta start clicking some buttons. I'm gonna click refresh. Boom, 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 boom.
You want me to bring it?
Boom.
Oh, you got it. Ooh.
Got it. All right, the floor has risen about a full ETH. It went from 12.5 to 13.46. The price of apes has gone up, even if we kind of look at this little army guy here, second one from the floor. You know, the ape floor was around $23,000, back up to 28 grand.
Woo.
This is why we keep looking at these, because when they get really cheap like that, there are easy $5,000 to $10,000 flips to be made all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I see the Bored Ape floor go under $25,000, my eyes get big, because I know that there's a flip there for sure. Even if you bought at 25 and sold at 28, you just made $3,000.
Right.
Right. So, you know, it's kind of the same concept as normal trading. It's just a different thing. And of course, you know, the Bored Apes are, you know, in our opinion, the most well-respected NFT there is. And we like to just keep it, you know, we both have big plans to join the ape fam. And I don't even want to really tell the audience about our finds here.
I know. Oh, God.
Oh, there it is. 16.2, the naked cheetah with the
flip brim, dude. The bassy flip brim.
That thing is disgusting.
God, let me ask you a question.
Ugh.
If you were to pick something up like that, would you get a hat, pop the brim, and put bassy on it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think you could actually buy it.
I would start smoking tobacco just to be him, dude. Let's
better than
do
vapes,
it.
man.
I'm man, that is one clean ape.
That is. I just wish his eyes were open.
No, he can't see shit.
Oh yeah.
That's cool, bro.
Okay.
I'm cool with the shut eyes, but that is the ape of the day for sure. That is the winner. I wish we could bring back the skeleton shirt with the blue skeleton shirt with the eye patch. That one was dope. But yeah, that is certainly the best ape on the floor. And hey, this one here for 14.4 ETH. I like this one. You know,
if you like turtlenecks,
only $30,000. He's about saying, I can't see. All right, that's the homie right there. But yeah, that shout out to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Certainly can't wait to become a member. Hit that. I wonder what that Discord's like these days.
Probably solid.
You know, do you think it has maintained, or like?
I think the loyal, you know, the OG apes and all that stuff. You get a lot of people that stuck around, and you know, there's a capitulation in every community, right? But I think you know that I could ask some friends. I got some friends that are pretty high up in the group there,
dude.
Oh, the army robot.
Oh,
whoa!
$40,000.
It's not bad.
Damn.
It's only 19 ETH. You remember that,
bro? I just saw one that was insane, dude.
Cheetah with the 3D glasses and a Hefner robe.
Oh no!
That's not on the floor though.
Take my money. Just have it.
Oh, that's a forever ape right there.
That is a forever ape for sure. No, I wonder. All right, one more ape and we're done. I wonder if our favorite ape is still available. I bet it is because it's so expensive. I really do like the DMT skin. Oh, there he is.
Oh, wow.
There's our boy.
30? Was it? It wasn't 30 before, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
62,000. That's a forever ape right there.
That is gangster, dude.
That thing is so sweet. All right. We had fun. All right. So shout out.
I definitely want with the pizza. I got to see a comment. A pizza mouth ape is where I'm going when the time's right. Unequivocally.
That checks out. That's like totally you, bro.
I know.
That's totally you. Jay Chains loves his pizza.
And it's not a joke.
Hey, I love my pizza too. I wasn't a pop punk band. I know all about pizza, guys. All right, so let's talk about XRP. Why is XRP up today? Fear and greed index spikes to 45. In this post, XRP jumps 3.5% as investor optimism grows after the Ripple CEO announced the end of the SEC lawsuit. This is not news. This is just kind of going over things. 21 shares licks an XRP ETP on NASDAQ Stockholm, boosting institutional interest to the token. Analysts predict a breakout with targets $3 to $69. Oh, yeah. Really accurate.
You know what's in there? $10 is in there.
Who okays this stuff? It is cool to see the fear and greed index kind of turn around. And guys, remember what I was saying all last week? If the bottom's not in, we're probably pretty close. I think that was probably the altcoin bottom for most of them. Doesn't mean we can't kind of reject and come, because we're still on. Here's the point. We're still in the downtrend. So any pump up could just be the next high before we get rejected again. But that doesn't mean the bottom can't be in, because a lot of these downtrends are set to break by April. So, like, do I think that we're going to blow off top in April? No. But do I also think that we can make progress throughout the year? Maybe have another, impulse push up, get rejected again, have another push up, get rejected again, have another push up, blow off top. Yes, that can happen, because the MO for altcoins has been, we have a pump, we give it all back.
Right.
We have a pump, we give it all back again. This has been, so we have had our pump in December. Guess what? We gave it all back.
And well, for the most part, and then some.
And then some. So, and it's also not about nailing the perfect bottom. The money's invariably made in the middle. So this is, all of last week, not a really bad time to value buy. And guys, I still think in terms of value buys, let's kind of go through the handful of charts we're going to go through today. We're going through 20 through 30 today. And we're going to pull fib levels on these charts and show you, hey, look at how cheap things still are. Okay. We will pull the XRP chart as well. And also Ripple co-founder funds space station with the XRP profits. Our good friend Jed McCaleb using XRP profits to fund vast space, aiming to launch the first commercial space station, Haven 1, by 2026. If you guys don't know who Jed McCaleb is, he was the founder of Ripple and Stellar Lumens, kind of a very controversial figure in crypto. Still has a lot of unsold money. There was kind of what happens when he sells his and all that, but then he sold most of it and people hated him, and then he still has a little bit left. There's all that stuff. He left Ripple back in 2013, by the way. He sold off his earnings, XRP earnings from 2014 to 2022. In 2022, I remember when he sold the lion's share that he had left, but I still think he had a little teeny bit left in 22. Not sure if he sold the rest of that yet. But he's told, he got about $3.3 billion, a cool 3.3 bill, not bad. But he said I didn't do that at all. I told the Ripple community I was leaving Ripple and I no longer believed in the project. And I did that before I sold my XRP. The internet was, the intent. Oh, the intent. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Was to let people front run me. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally, bro. For sure. But, kind of an interesting story here. Kind of glad that he's gone. But hey, if you want to go on a commercial space station, that's your boy. Hey, how do you feel about J-Tins, spending $1,000 and getting on a damn rocket and go into space?
Yeah,
dude, I'm out, bro.
Really?
I'm out. Dude.
You wouldn't want I think for a couple $100,000 right now you can go suborbit, which that doesn't really excite me. But if there was a commercial thing to take you into outer space for a couple days and then come back, instead of a cruise on the ocean, you can cruise up to space and then come back. Sign me up, brother. I'm in. I'm in. Oh, you see, now you would do Neuralink. I would not.
Oh, I would do Neuralink.
I would not. Not right now.
Daddy, plug me in.
Plug me in hard
right now. Let's do it. All right.
Now, I would do a little chip in my wrist. That could be my phone and GPS and all that stuff. But I don't want anything in my brain quite yet.
Okay. I'm with you there. I mean, it is a little scary. There needs to be an off button. All right, so I do want to quickly look at the XRP chart as we talk so much about it, and I actually kind of have some thoughts actually before I pull the chart. I want to make sure I pull the correct one because I prepared one for today's show, but I forget which one it was. There are so many XRP charts. Have you did any trading this weekend, James?
A little bit. I did a couple little small trades, nothing big. I think I'm going to talk to you at some point. I've got to fly to Chicago. I got to do some Chicago things this week. So I'm flying to Chicago tomorrow. But when I get back, I definitely want to talk to you about doing some stuff. Just some general trade health, I think.
Sure.
So, but yeah, just some small trades, nothing big, but I gotta up my game there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was at the track this weekend, so I didn't trade over the weekend. Kicking myself. I had some alarms go off and I was kind of looking at things, but honestly, when I'm traveling or doing something being at the track for the day,
you can't focus.
I can't focus, dude. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And if I'm in some position and like Jada's trying to talk to me and I'm like seeing people I met 10 years ago and like there's things happening, like it's just it's a bad recipe.
You got to be in the moment.
And
you got to be in the moment.
You need to understand that as a trader is that the craziest moves in crypto could be going down. But guess what? There's always another opportunity. There's always another trade. There's always another alarm. There's always another breakout. And you got to be able to be like, you know what? Like I have real life stuff going on. I'm not going to like not be present because I'm in some long right now. You know what I mean? And it not to play down trading or anything because it got me to where I am. But I also have been doing it long enough to know, hey, let's go ahead and be present with the people around and not be an asshole on his phone the whole time.
But honestly, it doesn't downplay trading at all. What it does is it kind of upplays it. Like you have to be focused. Like you can't expect to win trades if you're not focused on what it's doing because the markets, they can turn around in a heartbeat, right? Yep. And so if you're not focused, like you'll lose the trade. So it actually says more to the effect of you care more about the trading than it just kind of being like whatever.
Yep, 10,000%. So I do have the XRP chart that I wanted to show you guys, and this is kind of what I was talking about. So I believe we talked about this specific one in members only on Friday, and I wanted to come back to it because, very similar to a lot of charts, XRP, it came up the hill here. You have to remember that when you look at a zoomed in XRP, let's not forget where we came from. Okay. Let's not forget where we came from, where this level is pretty solid SR and this wick is pretty solid SR with this level, the second little bump here. And if we lose that, it's basically no man's land to support resistance all the way down here at $1.39. Am I saying that's what's going to happen? No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's to point out the implications of XRP is extremely strong above the 382 in Fibonacci, and getting back above this level and getting through this breakout would put it back above the 236. Which would be right here, setting around $2.65 down that street. So I just kind of wanted to paint that picture to you to remind you guys, hey, XRP does have a long way to fall if it was to break down. In the same breath, all right, we have been talking about the range within the range a lot lately, and it's kind of a technique because scalpers need to be able to trade the interim and just can't wait around for just significant shifts. And we also kind of have to kind of point out, okay, this was respected, wick, but respected. This level here is the biggest deal for XRP at $1.90 flat. $1.90. XRP loses $1.90, bad news bears. But the cool thing is that this has kind of made a pretty honest triangle, classic descending triangle setup, where we kind of have this coming down here, and where would the point of intersection even be? It doesn't even show on this chart. I would say probably by September-ish. And the range within the range concept, we have the move up and we have the break down. We have the move up, we have the breakdown, we have the move up, and so far we have respected that. Why did I show you this? Because on Friday we talked about the short-term parallel downtrend within the range. It happened right here. Okay, so we had this parallel downtrend. All right, and this is all kind of leading XRP to the cliff. Hey, guess what, guys? We're coming to the cliff to break down our local uptrend. Don't you want to jump off the cliff? XRP said, no
joke's on you.
I'm good. I broke back up. All right, and then sure enough, it has another really juiced up candle. All right. And then it starts another parallel downtrend. Hey, don't you want to fall off the cliff? Don't you want to break down? And sure enough, XRP breaks above this trend line. We talked about this support resistance level acting as a confirmation level on Friday. To be fair, it's a smaller trade. XRP is in the larger market cap, going to move a little slower, but we are up 1.7% from that confirmation level, and we did bounce about 4% in under 2 days with XRP. So now what? Now what is we are kind of moving closer and closer to this overhead resistance as we continue up this local trend within the trend type uptrend. It's not the end of the world if it breaks down from here, as long as it stays above $1.90. But if it was to break down from here, we need to kind of be on it when it comes to the confirmations, right? Because this is this local high, or even if you want to go from, you can come from the local high right here, okay, which would be 258. We have wicks here, 256, wicks here, 251, 251.9, basically 252. All right, so there's the above side, and then we have these previous wicks that we're now above, like back here or even over here. So I would try to basically put XRP in a situation, or this previous high right there is a really good one as well. So that would be 242, and the one under that 238. So this is what I would call the conditional range. And the problem with this conditional range is that it can only go so far. And basically Wednesday to early Thursday, where XRP is going to have to dance on this local uptrend. So it's either going to break that uptrend, break confirmation, we have our short, or we are getting through previous highs, continuing the trend, where I think the next long alarm for me, even if you wanted to go from previous high 247.5, or previous support resistance 251.7, either one of those would work. So you're kind of putting in XRP in a situation where it has to go one way or the other and react to the break of that. That's how I like to look at things. That's how I navigate trading altogether, to force a chart to do something. Ultimately, I would like to see XRP eventually break out of this big downtrend. I believe that it will. I'm not saying it's going to happen on this move up. It probably won't happen on this move up, considering how much space there is left in the triangle here. But guys, if you have to have alarms set on this big downtrend, and kind of some bigger alarms set, like 309, 288, stuff like that. So very sweet. Oh my God. All right, so we need to get through our coins here. We really do. It's already 48 minutes into the show.
Let's go. Make sure you guys smash that like button.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to look at some fibs.
About to pull some fibs. I'm not going to do any call out charts because we're systematically going through the top 100. We're going to start at Hbar and go from 20 through 30 today. We're going to skip a couple of them, but we're going to hit most of them. All right, so let me make sure I find the right one.
Okay, you got it.
You're good. I just have so many that I don't want to confuse people. I wonder if I have this one all charted up. I don't. Sweet. Okay, you can put your own over there.
Boom.
Bang, but bang, bang, bang. All right, so let's keep in mind with Hbar here that another very strong coin. It was really interesting. Hbar now at 19.2 and Algorand back above 20 cents. Over the weekend, I saw Hbar and Algorand both at 18 cents. And I said, oh, that's not going to last because Hbar is way too expensive. Yeah. And Algorand's market cap's so much smaller that when I saw them at the same price, that was like my inside said, buy Algo. Buy Algo. Because Algo will be more expensive than Hbar when the dust settles. It will be. I promise you. Okay. Very interesting how this ceiling floor SR works here, kind of perfectly staying above that little low. That would be a very big problem if Hbar went under 17.5 cents. Even the wicks didn't go that low, so that would kind of put it into no man's land. The death cross doesn't have to happen, but from where that looks, that doesn't look very good, to be honest. But the saving grace here is in the bullish divergence. Current green dot, RSIs are hooking, VWAP's pushing up. The oscillators are kind of saving the story, because just looking at that chart not looking very optimistic. Coming into smaller time frames for Hbar, I would let the Fibonacci kind of guide support resistance here, because this level right here, 17.7, right there, that's look, we even wicked it here, hit it here, hit it here, hit it here. Hbar loses that. It's a fall through the volume profile. It really is. All right. So, it really hasn't even bounced that far. This is another one where it's still in that range. Ultimately, for the most part, actually, I'll just go from here. Hbar has spent the past basically 12 days inside of an 11% range. When we talk about this with other coins, Hbar is still inside of it. And this previous high right here, that's your sign. Okay. And that is 19.9. Let's just say 20 cents.
That's like our break.
That would be the break of this 12-day range. Okay, so that's the level, 20 cents. Oh, that's your alarm for Hbar.
Right.
If you want to draw an alarm at the local low, you can, just to tighten it ever so slightly, because this, back here is kind of the support resistance line, at 17.7. But the previous low, it's bounced off of this 3-4 times now. That's at 18.1. So you can tighten the range a little bit by having an alarm at 17.7 and at 18.1. But ultimately, the story for Hbar right now is that it's been inside of a sideways box for 12 days, 11% range. I know the scalpers could make arguments like the range within the range breakout kind of stuff that we talk about. But the broad stroke here is 20 cents is your long alarm and 17.6 is your short alarm. It's that simple. All right. So keep the ball rolling. Shout out to all the Hbarbarians in the chat.
Let's go.
Shiba Inu. Shiba. Shiba. All right.
Are you a Shib guy?
I have some Shiba. I don't have any Doge. I do have Shiba. I think that I just like having some meme exposure, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I definitely should not have bought Brett and Shiba when I did in the larger portfolio that we are going to update soon. I know everyone's wondering, but at the same time, I think Shiba is a strong project, and I would be very surprised if it just never had another big day in the sun ever again. That doesn't feel possible. All right, you can go ahead and pull that.
Okay.
All right, so here's basically the entire life of Shiba. All right, we had this insane, oh my $1 billion made right there. And then we kind of had a long bear market. Okay, and then we had our early 2024 pump in March. We had our November pump where Shiba was one of the ones that underperformed. You can draw this downtrend from the wick, or you could draw it from the body. Both are relevant in their own way, which is why I do advise people to draw two lines sometimes, and be aware of that. And also be aware that, guys, you have to realize that for the coins that underperformed, you have to realize that they might underperform again. Okay, so let's hear, like, if, say we were to have to pump in September or to pump in July, right? From where we are right now, if Shiba just came and got rejected by the uptrend at that first white circle right there, that would still be an 89% move. Or even in December, the second white circle, that would still be a 71% move. We could still see charts do very well and have more than double ups, and get rejected again. From here to here, that's over 100%. So keep that in mind, and also be aware of the charts. Like, there's a lot of charts. Not just going to call one out, but there are a lot of charts that underperformed. Be aware of which ones did. All right, and also, if this wake up, fall down, wake back up isn't a lesson to you, I don't know what to tell you, because this has everything to do to teach you how to navigate this one. All right. Why? Because they're both bouncing from the same level. They have the same wick. They literally double bottom this wick right there. These two wicks right here. There's the same exact level. All right. So from death cross to bull cross, 103 days for this specific coin. Death cross to now, it's been 45 days, and 103 days, 104 days would be May. All right. I think there is a big lesson in here. And also, if you kind of look at a fib level and you go from swing low back here to even this body of the candle, well, would it make sense to go from the wick? The wick aligns better. Okay. So, guys, both. So right here, we're in the 786 fib. We're under the 786. And right now, getting above the 786 would break it out of this local downtrend. All right. So I would say let the 786 guide you here. It's not perfect support resistance, but a lot of zeros, 149 would be a relevant target based off Fibonacci. And anytime this thing has had a pump and has come back down and has fallen under the 786, that's a buy zone, guys. That's a buy zone. I'm not telling you to only buy Shiba Inu and nothing else, and that's your only pick for the bull run. But I am saying that I have some, and I think that this is probably a right down the middle, rock solid kind of coin that is going to have a pretty solid run. Like, I don't think, I don't, it's hard to say when anything is a clear, oh, this is going to outperform everything. I don't like looking at things like that.
Right.
I kind of like looking at, what's going to have a rock solid run. And I think that, even if you want to kind of draw this a little tighter, you could argue 4-hour chart that is a break. You could argue that. So if you wanted to say that, okay, well, let's interpret this as a break. Let's interpret the past, couple hours here as a little move up from the local floor here. We're talking 8% in 3 days. Wanted to pull this out. We kind of have to use this previous high here, which is also a low, as so I would say alarm, a lot of zeros, 1379, because this was, kind of rejected here. It was also the floor here, ceiling hit. So that would be the breakout confirmation level for Shiba. And also, if you want to say, inverse head and shoulders, you can, but that's really not going to get you much. It's not really deep enough to give you like some crazy gains, Yeah, that would put you here. If you want to interpret that from the current price, we're looking at 23%. Yeah, 23%. That's not like bad. And of course, the measured move does take us to support resistance over here, as it always does.
Boom.
All right. So keep an eye on that inverse head and shoulders breakout level. A lot of zeros, 1379. There you go for Shiba Inu. Sweetness.
Like that.
Sweet.
There you go. Sweet.
Sweet. I wonder, what is Shiba's volume on Bitunix? 36. That's not enough. It does have enough though. Pepe.
Oh, really?
Pepe on Bitunix has a lot.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's 255 million order book. Peanut 274 million.
Damn, there's that many people still trading those coins.
275. Trump coin 406. Dogecoin 284. Auction 420.
That's crazy.
And auction, despite it just getting obliterated, this thing is still like, should you trade it?
Should you go long on it?
I mean, I'm not saying go long. That's not what I'm saying. But all right, first of all, we need to kind of discover where this lies in SR. Okay, so it's not a perfect SR to where it fell, but historically, historically, it's very close.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, because it had this wick here and had this move up here, rejection fall. So that is very close. That alarm would be 1885, 1875, something like that. And then if you wanted to, right in here, that's perfect SR right there. Next move down would be 15.16, 15.16. We are looking at a 12-minute. And I would say this same alarm, this 2337, which was, obviously, and it actually kissed this level on its way down, I would say you could use that as a long alarm. And also look at the bull div forming and the money flow. All right. So if you wanted to trade auction, I should have saved this one just for the Telegram group, but I'm giving it to everyone. 2337 is your long, and I would say 1887 is a short. I'm not saying when that alarm goes off, 100% jump in that trade. I'm saying when that alarm goes off, look for confluence.
Look at the chart again
and make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay. I think people interpret that wrong sometimes. So
those are the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I get it though. I totally get it. So yeah, we talked to Algo, the pennant. What is this thing doing? Yeah, I think that this little wake up we had, I feel like I would be really surprised if we just like rocket shipped from this point. I think we're gonna have like a bit of a boring week now that this move happened.
A little bit of a fight, little strong to start the week.
I hope that gut reaction is wrong. I hope it is. Oh yeah, sweet. That's
just your inner bear talking.
Yeah, that is my inner bear talking. You're right. You know what I want to do? I'm actually just gonna set alarms and react. That's what I do best. All right, so let's look at the daily for Sui. Okay. So, guys, this is always a thing. Isn't it funny how that works? How the previous value area low it just the price is just like, I don't want to go back there, mom.
Don't make me do it.
Don't make me do it. I don't want to go back under there. It's dark and scary. Okay, like that's what the chart said. I heard it. But the worst thing is, sorry, buddy, but you did just have a death cross, and you need a miracle. Not saying it's impossible because there's a bull div. Yep, there's a bull div. Big surprise. Okay. We are kind of heavy in the red, but you still need to be wary of both sides of this reaction for sweet. Okay, so this nice little move up, good to see. Love to see it. Very powerful. Okay. I would even kind of a tough one to draw because if you want to include the wick, it's different. I would go from the body here. So we are looking kind of very close to a breakout for this, kind of multi-month move here. Oh, dude, it's 11:30. Holy shit.
Do we get a roll?
Yeah, I gotta cut it a little early today. I'll do like 2 more charts. I gotta run.
Okay. We'll finish this group tomorrow.
Yeah.
One less story, more coins.
Yes. So 250 would be a good confirmation, and then good floor ceiling 290. I'm sure there's some more levels in between there if you want to get nifty with that. 274. I don't hate that either. So I would certainly not be worried as much about the downtrend here because this downtrend is really hard to draw. It's not like a perfect touch. And I would say that this 250 alarm would be pretty solid, but the 270 alarm would be much more. I'd feel much more confident about my trade, even though I'm giving up that little bit. It's kind of more about confidence for me than it is trying to squeeze every little bit of the juice I can.
Right.
Because ultimately, if we're ignoring the wick here, SWE has been inside of a 19.8% range for 16 days.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, and this line right here, this is your sign. That's your sign, $2.51. If it goes to $2.52,
long it.
There's your sign. Okay, that's the 20% range for 16 days. Don't ignore it. All right. Let's just do Polkadot and I'll call it a day because I really got to run. I let this show kind of slip away from me today, but we will continue running through these. I have a meeting I cannot miss today, so I apologize for not being able to go through all the charts I want to, but we always have another show.
Just like a trade, man. There's always another one.
Yeah. So look, guys, this is so funny how this always happens. So we had a pump, we gave it back. Polkadot, by the way, off the rip, not a fan.
Oh, not a fan either.
Not gonna hold it, not gonna buy it, not gonna trade it. But if it goes below $3.54, 53 cents, it's over. Because that was the low here. We wicked it, we hit it. I mean, every time you hit that level, that's like the inverse 16-cent level. If you touch that level, go long. Okay, that's been the story across the board for Polkadot. All right, and then also think about the range within the range. All right, so we have that, we break out. All right, we have this, we break out, and now here we are again, everybody. The same concept over and over and over and over and over. I would say the magic level for this would be $5.42 right there. All right, that would be the breakout level, like the 16-cent equivalent for Algorand. But guys, sorry to cut today's show short. You guys are awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for being here. Please smash the like button on your way out the door. Have a safe rest of your day. Get rich or get wrecked. Bye.